heard these questions a lot. How do we teach pinyin? I guess when I was a novice teacher, when I first came to Williams College, I also had this question. So I went to my one of my colleagues, Professor Kubler's 101 class, and I asked him, oh, how do you teach pinyin? And then he corrected me immediately. He said, I don't teach pinyin. I teach pronunciation. I think this is a really a big distinction, but a lot of teachers tend to think too much about pinyin. But if you think about pinyin, it's just a transcription of the sound, right? So you can use pinyin to transcribe. You can use also other like zhuyin fuhao or under romanization or weijiaos. The idea is that students in 101 classes, they're not really learning pinyin. They have to learn how to pronounce things correctly. Pinyin is just a transcription that helps them, support them in a secondary role. That's not the major goal for them to learn pinyin. So during the pronunciation stage, usually what we do at Williams and also at Ohio State University is to give students a set of classroom instruction. So they will learn 10, maybe 15 phrases so that they can get around in the classroom, like 请你说中文 or 老师这个英文怎么说，老师这个中文怎么说. So this kind of classroom expressions. And this way you can conduct the entire class in Chinese in the target culture. And also when you are practicing these phrases, you can still use context to help them use these phrases appropriately. So at the same time, they're also trying to pronounce these words. Yeah, so I do want everybody, like if you're a novice teacher, don't ask this question, how to teach pinyin. You should ask the question, how do we teach students pronunciation? How do we teach them pronounce correctly?
Could I make a comment?
Yeah, please go ahead.
I think one of the things, if you're teaching American students, and if especially you're beginning level students, the one thing they haven't had, the most biggest deficiency is they haven't heard enough Chinese. So, and I haven't taught first year Chinese for a long time, but when I was, I would not teach pinyin until maybe the second term or the second year, but I would require them to listen to a lot of tape, force them to listen to Chinese. And once they develop the feeling, the sense of listening to Chinese, then introduce them to something like pinyin as a tool, as an assistant, a way to reference things. But I think the idea of focusing on pronunciation, focusing on being able to interact with somebody in a way that will invite further interaction, I think that's the key, the first priority in this sense.